Alright, let's try this again. We're going to make an all grain yeast starter. First time I tried it in a French press coffee pot. It did not go that well. It turned into a brew in the bag exercise, so I thought let's just do a brew in the bag. I'm going to make this video a lot faster than the last one, I promise you. The other one was a bit too long in my opinion. This is a cooler I picked up, a cheap cooler, half gallon volume. Tonight we're doing 8 ounces of grain. I have a plan again, right? So I have 32 ounces of water in here. It was a little over 160. I'm wanting it to be somewhere around 161-ish. I already have the water in there. I'm going to do a temperature check. Alright, I'm at 163. Let's go ahead and get this grain in here. And this is just a hot bag. As you can see, the size of it is most of the size of this cooler. I went and looked at a possible larger one, and I could get a larger one, but it's nice to just work with what you have instead of having to buy more stuff. I mean, I already bought this cooler, which was only about $5, but you're doing these all grain starters to kind of save a couple dollars and also just to prove a point. So how much money do you want to spend to save money, right? So what I'm going to do now, I've got the 8 ounces of grain. I'm stirring it up here. Got it all stirred up, taking a temperature. It says it's 150, so that was 32 ounces of 163. Added the 8 ounces of grain, stirred, and it's coming in at 150. Now it did go up to 152. All this is just fine for our purposes. So what I'm going to do is, I believe I have a little drawstring on this. I'm going to pull the drawstring. I'm going to put this lid on there, and we're going to let it sit for 30 minutes. A couple of quick close-ups. The black lines that you see on this Erlenmeyer flask are the actual correct amounts. That's the half liter. Now, and here's the full liter, and here's the real full liter. And a guy named Scott M suggested that I calibrate that. He asked me if I'd ever check that out, and I never had, so I used this, which I'm assuming is correct. This has, of course, the actual, milliliter amounts. So, that may be something you want to do if you have this type of a flask and you've never done it. The next point is, this is 8 ounces of crushed grain in this measuring cup. As you can see, it is close to 2 cups. It's a little under. Again, if you don't have a scale and you just want to kind of make a starter, it looks like it's between, it looks like it's about 1 3/4 cups of crushed grain. In this case is 8 ounces. It's been a half hour. Let's check the temperature. Got my little grain bag here. Now, a real brew in the bag process, I believe, is you use all of the water at once. I'm not doing it that way. What I'm going to do is kind of like a mash out amount of water, but I'm not going to do a sparge. Well, this is interesting. It's coming in 143. I thought it might be a little higher. I thought it would maybe lose a little bit less heat, but really doesn't matter. You get the conversion. Alright, so what I'm doing now, what I have here is another 18 ounces of water that is near boiling. I'm going to add it in. I'm going to stir. If you're playing along, I started with 32 ounces. Now I have 18 ounces, which means 50 ounces total. I'm hoping to get somewhere around, what was I saying here, 38 to 40 ounces maybe. I'm just going to kind of do a little stirring around here. I'll take the temperature to make sure it's not too hot. Okay, this is only coming up into the mid to upper 150s, so that's fine. So basically, that is the wort. There is the grain bag. Let's pour this into here. Okay, so I'm just kind of pressing this out a little bit. I think that's fairly normal with this process. I'm not a brew in the bag aficionado, expert, or anything of the nature. Okay, so the volume I checked, it's coming in pretty good. It's 40 ounces. So out of the 50, I lost 10. I have 40. Let's do a quick gravity check. So it's about 10 brix, which is about 1040. So after I boil it, it's going to be a little higher than that. I used 8 ounces of grain. You really could probably use between 6 and 7. I think it'll probably come in around 1050, which is okay, but never mind that for now. Let's get boiling. Boiling. Chilling. And yeasting. So, here's my yeast. I swirled this all up. Now, I ended with maybe like 800 milliliters that I put in here because I didn't want to go up to the liter since I'm adding all of this. But you can see I have 200 milliliters left. So I would say, starting with all of my amounts that I did that were recorded on this video, I ended up with about 1 liter of wort. So if you want to end with a little bit less than that, you can make your adjustment. So now adding this in, which probably was about 200 milliliters, you can see I'm coming up to about 1 liter. And I don't know if I mentioned the gravity. The gravity was 12.5 brix, which is about 1050. If you wanted a little bit lower than that, you could use 6 ounces or even 7 ounces. But otherwise, so far so good. It's the next morning and you can see it is proceeding along just fine. It's getting nice and, oh, I'm getting in the light, but it's getting nice and fermented out. So yeah, everything went well. Assuming I can do the decoction Helles properly, you will have a nice beer in a little while. Thanks for watching, and as always, I enjoy your comments.